in Muslim Mindanao. At this unique point in history, the BARM stands at the crossroads of building peace, empowering its communities, and sustaining progress. To share insights on the theme BARM at the Crossroads, Building Peace, Empowering Communities, and Sustaining Programs, we welcome the Chief Minister of BARM, the Honorable Abdul Rauf Makakua. Okay, moving forward, financing plays a critical role. Oh, he's here already? Okay. All right, let us welcome again Chief Minister Makakua.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Secretary Leo Tereso A. Magno, Secretary Undersecretary Janelle M. Lopez, Madam, the representative of the diplomatic corps headed by Sir, the Ambassador of the European Union, and the other member of the diplomatic corps who are here today, the governors. Nakikita ko po dito, I see Governor Lala Talino, Governor Yu of Zamboanga. Ito yung mga kaibigan ko na mga babaeng governor. Governor of Dominguez of Sarangani, Sarangani, yes. So, the esteemed colleagues in the government, development partners, representative from the private sectors, the civil society, members of the media, and all our honored guests. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good morning. Let me first thank the Mindanao Development Authority for gathering us today under the timely and necessary theme, strengthen partnership in building a better Mindanao. This is more than a call. It is a framework for transformation. For the Bangsamoro, it is an opportunity to redefine our role in the broader story of Mindanao's rise. Mindanao is changing. In 2025, we are no longer viewed as a conflict zone or forgotten frontier. We are a growth engine in motion. Major infrastructure corridors are expanding. Inter-island connectivity is being realized. agriculture and industry are being revitalized. Peace and development are no longer opposites. They are interdependent pillars of our shared vision for a better future. Through national programs such as Build Better, now Better, ano ba yun? Yeah, Building a Better Mindanao. I forget, I forgot. And also, through Ambition Natin 2040, Mindanao's leadership development is no longer just about roads and bridges. It's about creating a real opportunities, expanding access, and restoring hope. We are seeing rising private investment, more capable and responsible local governance, and a deafening commitment to collective progress among provinces and regions. But let us be clear, the promise of Mindanao's future cannot be fulfilled without the full inclusion of Bangsamoro. As what President Marcos said in one of our engagement in Malacanang, that the success of BARM is the success of Mindanao, and the success of Mindanao is the success of the Philippines. The Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao stands at a historic intersection between the legacy of our past and the future we are now shaping. Born of sacrifices and decades of struggle, BARM is not merely a political entity. It is a moral commitment to peace, justice, and inclusive development. Since 2019, we have moved from fragility to foundation, from whispered hope to measurable progress. Our poverty rate has dropped from 52% in 2019 to 23.5% in 2023. That figure is not just a number. It is a signal that peace works, that governance matters, and that people, when empowered, rise to the challenge. I carry with me the memory of a time when fear silenced the laughter of the children. Today, our youth are studying under solar-lit schools. Our farmers are harvesting with dignity, and our people are beginning to see that this time change is real. BARM's transformation would not be possible without sustained peace. More than 26 former combatants have been decommissioned. Clan feuds are being mediated. Rights are being upheld. We are not just securing peace, but we are embedding it into our institution, our communities, and our culture. Embodying our communities, empowering our communities through the Bangsamoro Budget Memorandum and our performance-linked directives, accomplishment and performance assessment tracking system, we institutionalize accountability. Our barangays are not just recipients of policy, they are partners in governance. With the Bangsamoro Barangay newly elected officials framework and localizing a governance for accelerated provision of services initiative, local leaders are being equipped to govern with both skills and principles. Our region-wide internet connectivity with 10 nodes, 250 sub-towers, and 750 access points is bringing connectivity to areas once left behind. Digital inclusion is no longer a dream. It is becoming a right. We believe that communication is exchange of information, while connectivity, connection, is exchange of soul. That's why we are focusing on connectivity to all Bangsamoro region. The BARM has secured over 4.1 billion in investment, is exceeding its target and signaling renewed confidence in its potentials. With the help of ADB, thank you, ADB, the Blue Economy Initiative, transforming coastal areas such as Basilan, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, and not only zones of economic activity, but also into models of ecological responsibility. Numerous completed infrastructure projects, including roads, bridges, airports, and forts, are not just engineering feats. They are a statement of inclusion. They connect people to services, products to market, and aspiration to reality. We are modernizing gateways in Awang, Sulu, and Sanga-Sanga Airport, and delivering solar-powered homes to displaced families. We partnered with the Department of Energy and Southeast Asia Energy Transition Partnership to develop our Bangsamoro Sustainable Energy Master Plan, aligning with the national target of 37% renewable energy by 2030. With national support, we are piloting clean energy and eco-restoration in the warm economic growth and environmental stewardship are advancing in tandem. We are also engaging in health, welfare, and social services with 1.7 billion disbursed under AMBAG, which the province of Zamboanga del Sur and also province of North Cotabato, ma'am, and even in South Cotabato is also a recipient of this. 260 Bangsamoro have received. Speaking of Bangsamoro, that includes our Christian brothers and also our IP brothers. In Cotabato, the 80% of the recipient of this ambag is our Christian and IP brothers. With 84% discharged from hospitals without financial burden. This year alone, we have delivered 76.9 million in health aid, mobilizing ambulances and mobile clinics, and reached 229 families with help, food, and livelihood package. Because we believe that dignity begins with care. On education, ano ba ito? Parang sona-sona ito. Over 7 million learning resources have been distributed. More than 100,000 learners have returned to school. With the opening of the Bangsamoro Science and the implementation of the Education Code, we are building a system that respects both knowledge and identity. I must tackle the issue of Marawi rehabilitation because we are involved as per instruction by the President. We have served over 2,427 IDPs this year and more than 232 since 2022 through solar shelters, water system, and livelihood support. We are helping Marawi rise. Through the Bangsamoro, endowment propagation and guidance via Khutbat Patwas. These are the objective of this is to make the moral governance in BARM truly implemented. That's why we involve our ulamas, the Islamic learned individuals, to help us because only then that we can achieve this moral government that we are envisioning. The Mindanao outlook for the 2025 and beyond is clear. Sir, a peaceful, prosperous Mindanao requires a strong, stable, and thriving Bangsamoro. The achievement I have shared today mula sa infrastruktura, kalusugan, education, kabuhayan at kapayapaan ay ilan lamang sa mga patunay na Bangsamoro ay tumatahak na sa landas ng tunay na pagbabago. Ngunit, hindi ito matatapos dito sa tulong ng national government, sa suporta ng ating mga development partners at sa tiwala ng ating mamamayan, mas lalo pa nating paunlarin ang VARM. We are no longer at the edge of development. We are at the center of its momentum. With unity as our compass and our people as our purpose, we work forward with dignity, with faith and resolve. Inshallah, BARM will prosper, Mindanao will prosper, and also the Philippines will achieve its program. Mabuhay ang Mindanao sa bagong Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang BARM sa bagong Pilipinas. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Chief Minister Makakua, for emphasizing the role of BARM as both a symbol of peace and a driver of development in Mindanao. Moving forward, we will now hear the perspective of Congress, particularly on the policy needs that will help advance Mindanao's development agenda. It is through sound legislation and strong representation that we can ensure Mindanao's priorities are addressed at the national level. To share this with us, let us welcome Congressman Maxi Rodriguez, Chairman of the Committee on Bimpiaga of the House of Representatives.
Good morning. Secretary Leo Magno, Your Excellency Massimo Santoro, I am Maximo. When I'm in UE, they call me Massimo. Consul General Teddy Faisal of Malaysia, Consul Nunita Supit of Indonesia, Hirotaka Uno of Japan, and Maria Lourdes Monteverde of Mexico. I have to mention this because my job is for Bimpiaga, okay? And of course, we just heard Chief Minister of the BARM, Abdul Rauf Makakao, okay? Makakao or Makakao? Makakwa, sorry. Okay. And of course, Administrator Saripudin of SPDA, and our good friend, Governor Lala Talino Mendoza, together with Governor, both beautiful, no? Our friends, Governor Divina Yu of Zamboanga del Sur. Our NGOs who are here, Yusik Balbosa of the Finance, equally important group, and of course, the Secretary of NAPSI, Asek Villamor. For the ODA, Andrew Jeffries of the Asian Development Bank, Izuka Airi of JICA, and Gonzalo Varela of the World Bank, did you call this the World Bank? Tristan Burnett of the UN representative, Ms. Christian Rezman of the GIZ, and the Peter Hin, our partners and friends from the ODA community, private sector, cooperatives, youth sector, IP committee, security, and fellow workers in government. I'm happy to be here with you this year's Mindanao Development Forum. As the Vice Chairperson of the Mindanao Affairs Committee, wherein all the more than 30 Mindanao Noon congressmen are members, and also the House Committee Chairperson of the Bink Iaga, I support this event as I see this relevant and crucial to our work to promote inclusive and sustainable socio-economic development of our island region to benefit us all. The youth, the farmers, fisher folks, business sector, government, and our vulnerable sectors, especially the IPs. As your lawmaker in Mindanao, I believe that our sessions and interactions here will allow me and those holding critical positions who are here in attendance today to become stronger voices to champion the needed programs and projects, including policies conducive for development and promotion of the welfare of all the Mindanaonons. I consider this gathering, such as this today, as a good venue to get the latest and truest information and insights about Mindanao's landscapes on infrastructure, energy, communication, transportation, and trade. Creating my chairpersonship of the BIMP IAGA, Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines, East Asia Growth Area Affairs. I will continue to promote regional economic integration, which will be crucial in creating synergistic partnerships and mutually beneficial business and trading relations. I will fight always, as we in Mindanao, for more budget for Mindanao. We only get about 15%. Well, we have 28 million of people. We have 1/3 of the land in the Philippines. And we contribute at least 18% of the GNP. So we should be getting more than 15%. We should be around 17 or 20, so that the BARM can also benefit from it. Okay? And this budget, if we pursue, shall be used for more infrastructures, and that it will enhance also, improve our communications, logistics, tourism, educational and cultural exchanges, as well as digital connectivity. Other than crafting policies that support and expedite investments and trade, I, together with the Mindanao Authority, will also legislate and promulgate policies that will facilitate business and travel to our partners from all over the globe, especially here in BIMP-IAGA. And the BIMP-IAGA should consider Mindanao as their second home. We think we have already a free skies policy where airports from the 3 countries can come to Mindanao and participate and enjoy our tourism spots, which are beautiful. Especially in BARM, we have so many tourist spots which can be visited by our neighbors in the BIMP-IAGA area. And I just filed a bill that would interconnect Mindanao to Luzon. How? By building a bridge across the ferries in Surigao and in Leyte. Because it takes so much time for us to bring our products to financial centers like Manila and get more profit for our businesses. Okay? And that is the thing that we want. On the aspect of railways, this year, they are bidding out for the feasibility study of the 2 segments that will connect Digos and Tagum passing to Davao. And in our province, in Misamis Oriental, in Villanueva, to Linamon in Lanao Norte, at a cost of 200 million pesos. Hopefully that will be achieved this year. And next year, we encourage the Minda to join us in what we call a road show in order to let the legislators be informed, and also our policy-making bodies, especially the President and the DBM and everything, to see for themselves how the train will be a great benefit to our people in Mindanao. There's only phase 1 and 2. We're looking for phase 3 and phase 4 that will reconnect the whole of 1,544 kilometers around Mindanao. It's about time that we leverage and maximize, not just because I'm Maxi, they call me Maxi, our rich natural and economic tourism resources, and our talents to bridge the great divide and actualize a Mindanao that is resilient, secure, and supreme. Let's work together to strengthen and attain the brightest future for us, for Mindanao, and for the country. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas. Thank you very much.
Financing plays a critical role in turning Mindanao's vision into reality. Official Development Assistance, or ODA, has long been a key driver supporting programs that uplift communities, strengthen institutions, and accelerate inclusive growth. To share insights on how we can better leverage ODA in building a better Mindanao, we are honored to have with us Undersecretary Joven Z. Balbosa of the International Finance Group, Department of Finance.
Mayong udto na ba o mayong buntag pa? It's so good to be here. Makabisaya ko gamay kay taga Mindanao man ko. Secretary Magno, Chief Minister Makakua, Congressman Rodriguez, Governor Yu, Honorable local government leaders, Your Excellency Ambassador Santoro, good to see you, sir. Representative of the Diplomatic Corps, colleagues in government, development partners, my former partners, I used to be on the other side, may buntag sa tanan. Today, I am happy to discuss with you official development assistance, what it means and how we can leverage ODA for building a better Mindanao. As the Undersecretary for International Finance Group, securing and managing ODA financing is our primary mandate. But, you know, a big chunk of ODA is borrowed money. And that's why it is very important to make use of this money wisely and more effectively for development. As Finance Secretary Ralph Rector, and I quote him, every peso we borrow must be put to good use to build, to educate, to heal, and to create jobs. Debt should be a tool for development, not a burden for future generations. ODA financing is unique. As a lending instrument, it is priced below markets. And it includes grants or resources or resource transfers from other government, in which we have strong relations as community of nations. Also, as a member of multilateral institutions, we have access to ODA resources of the World Bank, the ADB, the AIIB, the AFD, IFAD, kala ko time out na, UN agencies, among others. Slide 2, please. Next slide. In this presentation, I will build on 3 key messages. First, that Mindanao has strong potential and can do much more to contribute to Philippines' growth and development. As for our speakers have already mentioned, there's a lot of optimism in Mindanao. Second, we look more closely at the nature of ODA financing for Mindanao. What are the projects being funded? Can we do more with ODA resources? Third, to maximize the benefits of ODA, we need to learn from the various projects and programs it is financing. ODA interventions must be strategic and catalytic to strengthen our institutions and sustain the benefits beyond its application and beyond its implementation. Let me just quickly go to this next slide. What is Mindanao today, as already expounded by Secretary Magno earlier, but I would just like to repeat this. In 2024, Mindanao's outputs 18% of overall GDP, 7.4, about 8% of total investments. I find this low, but really the Philippines now is dominated by Luzon investments. No? So a lot of headroom yet remains for Visayas and Mindanao. Its workforce in Mindanao has a very young demographic. It's a quarter of the nation's labor force. Its land area is about a third of the country. Its 28 million population is 24% of national total. But as we heard earlier also, poverty persists. However, it's declining rapidly. So there is a lot that has been done for Mindanao. Next slide, please. Now let us look at the contributions and support of ODA. On record, we have a total of 5.8 billion US dollars in active portfolio, or equivalent of 325 billion pesos in loans and grants. For grants alone, 784 million US dollars have been provided by ADB, Australia, Canada, China, Czech Republic, EU, Germany, Korea, KfW, GIZ, Netherlands, Spain, the World Bank, UN agencies, and the United States. I have to mention them all because I really want to appreciate and thank you. If I have mentioned anyone, please raise your hand. I would also want to note that this year marks a milestone. We are celebrating the 80th anniversary of our membership with the World Bank. I think I saw Gonzalo here. So, you have been with us that long journey as well as other development partners. So thank you very much. Next slide. Yes. For active loans for Mindanao, it's about 5 billion US dollars from ADB, China, JICA, IFAD, Korea, and the World Bank. In addition, there are ODAs that has national coverage, but also includes Mindanao, such as the PRDP project, health and education projects, digital backbone infrastructure, and even project preparation and transport master planning, and the 4 Ps. Very important national coverage, but hard to pinpoint really the exact share from Mindanao. Next slide. To appreciate the scale and scope of ODA financed projects, here are some examples. First, the Davao Public Transport Modernization. This project aims to introduce modern bus system in Davao City. The new system includes optimization of bus routes, traffic management system, introduction performance-based contracts with bus operators, among others. Second, the Davao City Bypass Project, a 45-kilometer bypass road with a tunnel section of half a kilometer and a 4-kilometer bridge section. Third, the Samal Bridge, just like the newly completed Pangal Bay Bridge, this brings long-span bridges technology to the country. Fourth, the CDO Davao Jensan Road Improvement incorporates climate resilience, road design, and asset management. And fifth, Zamboanga Peninsula Tawi-Tawi Roads and Bridges involves climate resilient technology application. Why am I going through this? Let me ask you, can we implement these projects without ODA financing? Can we utilize our own resources, whether public or private, through PPP, to fund them and yet achieve the same results in bringing together new technology and new designs to these projects? If our answer is no, then for me, that is the value of ODA financing. It helps transfer new ideas and technology. It brings innovation and help catalyze our development effort. That's the importance of ODA financing. And we have to maximize that. Next slide, please. Now, in a few years, the Philippines will reach upper middle income country status with a steady increase in its per capita income. ODA concessional financing will transition out. However, of course, community of nations will continue to support us. As Ambassador Santoro said earlier, you will be here. EU will be here, continue to support this country even beyond the transition. However, we have to be mindful of this transition out of concessional financing. We need to utilize ODA financing to build country systems and strengthen our institutions, not just build infrastructure assets. The Mindanao Agenda 2023 to 2028 provides the framework anchored in the Philippines Development Plan. Now, bear with me, let me refer to some concrete ideas. First, improving infrastructure project implementation. ODA partners have an established standard of preparing, implementing, monitoring, and learning lessons from project. That's part of the project cycle methodology. Now, can we learn from that to make sure that our procurement, and we can do it on our own through our national budget, that procurement is done right, fast-track right-of-way acquisitions, and embed checks and balances to address inefficiencies. And in fact, if I go a little further, potential corrupt practices in projects. Second, on PPP. Not all projects are suitable for PPP. And there is asymmetry in information, which means on one hand, the capacity of government agencies in assessing PPPs, and on the other hand, the sophistication of the private sector in proposing PPPs. There's an imbalance in technical expertise. Government needs strong technical support to understand this. And here is where our PPP Center, I think they're here today, has led the way with support, again, from our development partners, ADB, Japan, Canada, Australia, among others. On climate action, I refer to the People's Survival Fund, a government institution with support from Climate Change Commission, the DNR, Department of Finance, and the government financial institutions, DBP and Land Bank, to design and implement projects at the local government level to address climate action agenda. With this institution of government, we can use blended financing and attract donors like Green Climate Fund and others. Fourth, I refer to the effort of MINDA, DepDev region, DOTR, to formulate sound urban regional planning. AIIB, the World Bank, JICA, and ADB are active in this area. Next slide, please. These ideas, however, require us to change our mindset. And we are observing it is already. We're getting there. But we need to do more in this area. Our institutions and how we collaborate, coordinate, and partner across private and public sector, across government agencies, and across local governments. Again, Secretary Magno referred to this earlier about this importance of collaboration. But this approach isn't the job of one group or sector. It requires a coalition. LGUs must lead and mobilize their own resources and work more effectively with other LGUs. Development partners must align and demonstrate catalytic approaches. CSOs must be empowered and business to invest and create. This requires, well, stronger strategic thinking and understanding incentive systems that governs the public sector, local governments, and the private sector. With the help of ODA financing and our development partners, I am very confident we can further accelerate growth for Mindanao. We can do this. To end, last slide, I leave you with this quote again about the importance. As DOF, I see myself as a bean counter. So I want to make sure that money being given by our development partners and borrowed, even despite concessional, are put to good use, not only for us, but for our, especially for our future generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Undersecretary Balbosa, for underscoring how ODA remains an indispensable partner in our shared journey of development. Your message reminds us that sound financing and effective partnerships are vital in sustaining progress. Thank you also to Congressman Maxi Rodriguez on your presentation on the policy needs to help advance Mindanao's development agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them another warm round of applause. With this, we officially conclude this morning's plenary session. The discussions we have heard this morning, from peace and governance to investments, human capital, and financing, are not just topics on paper. They are the very foundations of our collective journey under the Building a Better Mindanao program anchored on the 10 Mindanao Agenda. But before we break for lunch, may we remind everyone of our parallel panel discussions this afternoon. In Dusit 1, here, we will have panel discussion 1, Building Seamless Connectivity, Modern Infrastructure, and Reliable Energy for Economic Growth. This session will dive into how stronger infrastructure and reliable energy systems can power investments, trade, and development across Mindanao. In Dusit 2, at the back, the other half, we will have panel discussion 2, Building Human Capital and Inclusive Communities for a Resilient Mindanao. This session will highlight how education, healthcare, social protection, and employment opportunities can uplift communities, close social economic gaps, and strengthen resilience across the island. With this two-panel session in Dusit 1 and Dusit 2, we look forward to an engaging afternoon of insights and dialogue. After lunch, may we invite you to proceed to your chosen session. And then I will be announcing that there will also be a press conference at 1 p.m. We are inviting all media at the plenary here to please proceed to the Agusan room at the ground floor. Secretary Magno, Chief Minister Makakua, Congressman Maxi Rodriguez, and EU Ambassador Massimo Santoro will be joining you shortly. Thank you very much, everyone. You may now enjoy your lunch.